Da-da-da-da-da-da. Brilliant. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 11th Basement Session. I'm your host, as always, Scott Freeman, and with me this week I have the incredibly awesome Fred Owen. Fred, how you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, thanks. Doing great. And so, yeah, this is the 11th. We're in double figures now. This is really exciting. If you're tuning into the Basement Sessions for the first time, I'd like to say welcome. Basically, when I was about 9 years old, I watched the film Wayne's World, and that inspired me to become a musician, as odd as it may sound. But there's just something about the culture of it and the excitement about music that just really got me going. And finally, I have a basement, so I thought, if I don't do some sort of crazy live music show in the style of Wayne's World, I've done something wrong. And so, hence, the Basement Sessions was born, and ever since I started this, I had a long list of musicians that I've played with over the past couple of years that I wanted on, and Fred, you were at the top of the list.
Thank you very much.
So,
I'm glad to finally make it here after 11 shows.
Yeah, here we go. So, Fred, just as we go along, I'll be asking you a couple of questions, so just tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you start writing music? You know, how long you've been doing it, and why did you do it? I guess
for the chicks.
Join the club.
Thing is, true story. My dad will vouch for this. The day I came home in year 6, so I'd have been what, like 10, 11 years old. I came home and said, "Dad, I want to play guitar," and he's like, "Why is that?" Because you ask your kids that, don't you? Like, is this something you really want to pursue before I go spend all my hard-earned money on it? Are you actually down for this? Yeah, because all the girls love boys with guitars. They lied to me. That's not true. It's not worked. But I carried on anyway.
Yeah.
But been sort of always writing songs since I was a nipper. But it's only really in the past sort of 3 or 4 years that I've really got into it. Sort of spent a bit of time sitting down, usually with a bottle, trying to get some of my best lyrics out. I tend to find either the drunker or more emotional I am, the better it turns out. Not always. But that may be why things are a little bit slow recently, because things are actually going well in life. So
wow, there we go.
Less strive to write about. But yeah, it's been an exciting 3 or 4 years. Played a lot of nice gigs, met a lot of amazing people, yourself included.
Oh, thank you.
Brought along opportunities like this, so long may it continue.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff do you write about?
Always something that's, you know, it's usually off a first-hand experience. Be it you know, I managed to get an album altogether out of a breakup. Or whether it's the initial stages, meeting a girl, drunk nights out, spending all your money on things you shouldn't do. That's in one of my songs that I'll play for you this evening. So yeah, there's never really any storytelling in my songs, unless it is a story true to myself, something that I've gone through and usually picked up pen and paper that night and tried to get something good out of it.
Yeah. So there's a song of yours. I'm not sure of the title, but every time I've seen you play it, I've heard you sing it. And every time I thought about tonight doing it, I've had that song just going around in my head. And it's one where, like, the hook at the end of the chorus is, "I wanna waste time with you."
Oh, wasted with you. I can certainly incorporate that into my set this evening.
Oh, I'm very excited. That's great. That's great. And so so I met Fred about 2 years ago. It was at a show in Addlestone. I forget the name of the pub. It was in Addlestone Moor.
It'll have either been, because we played a few gigs down there that way now, haven't we? I think the first ones I started doing were at the Woburn Arms. Was it that?
Was it the Woburn?
Had they started at the Holly Tree by this stage?
No, they hadn't started at the Holly Tree.
I think it may well have been the Woburn then. That's
Woburn,
probably where. In fact, that's where I got my first sort of acoustic gig.
Okay.
And funny enough, I opened the set with "Wasted with You." It was one of like 2 or 3 songs I had at the time. And, obviously the rest is, as they say, is history.
Yeah, cool. So Woburn Arms, it's coming back to me now.
It's going back some.
So yeah, it's 2 years, and as I said, Fred's just got a really cool style and really unique voice as well. Like it's quite it's quite punky, a little bit Frank Turner-esque, I might say.
You know how to please me.
And this is going to be cool. And so we've gigged kind of on and off here and there. I think the first gig of the year I played was at the Joiners.
Oh, the Joiners show.
Do you remember the Joiners show?
That was brilliant.
That was cool. There was it was that ska band, Levi, and they got us on stage. Yeah,
good fun with that.
That was fun. If only we had them here now, so we could get on stage with them or something.
Sing some ska on your table.
Sing some ska on the table. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Awesome. So I'm going to get you to kick off the session with one of your songs.
Happy to do so.
Yeah, so basically, for those of you watching at home, what will happen is Fred will begin and close the show with you know, one of his songs, and in the middle I'm going to give him a bunch of challenges and crazy questions, and we'll see if he's broken by the last song.
Easily breakable, me. We'll see what happens.
Brilliant. So yes, I go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of words.
I was going to open up with my song about strippers. We'll save that for later. Let's make it part of the challenge. I'm not stripping though. I'll kick off with Wasted With You, just for yourself.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, yeah, I'm Fred Irwin, and this is one of my earlier songs, and it's called Wasted With You. Saw you across the crowded room, in your jeans, in your leather, your favourite heels, and your best perfume. You saw me in a shirt, no sleeves. I was drunk, I was reckless, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't meant to be. It's been said time enjoyed wasting. Isn't time wasted, it's true, but after months of waiting, I'd rather be wasted with you. Wasted with you. Could be the stuff that dreams are made of, and though you might disagree, I'll meet your match with me. That I guarantee the entire time you were on my mind. He was pissed, he was angry, the guy couldn't stand me, you were mine, oh mine. But I blew my chance, rejected all advances. Remember that time in my room back at mine, and our Christmas dance, so he could raise his voice, swing his hands if it'll help. But you and I both know you wish that I chose you as well. We could be the stuff that dreams are made of, and though you might disagree, I'll meet your match with me. That I guarantee. On my mind all of the time, but if the choice was given, come on and go, you would be mine. What's past, but given half the chance, I'd be everything that you could want me to be. We'd be unsurpassed. I saw you in a greasy spoon. I wasn't eating or sleeping till along you came. Did I ever find you? If you take one chance on me, I'd be wasted time wasting with you. You don't need me, but I want to get wasted with you. Wasted with you. We could be the stuff that dreams I'm made of, and though you might disagree, I'll meet your match with me, that I guarantee.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. And so, when did you write that one?
That was one, basically just as I started uni, which will have been about 3-4 years back now. In that sort of first couple of months, that freshest stage, so to speak, I went through a bit of a bad breakup, and that song was wrote one night when the rest of the flatmates were out. I decided to be miserable and antisocial, stay at home, still drunk, but I wrote that in the early hours in student halls under the influence, and it was just one of them about, why did I waste my time on you? There were plenty of other fitter girls available, and they would have been a lot more fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's when that came about. That's when that came about. I tell you what, I love that song. Thank you very much.
Honestly, I would cover that. I would cover that.
Do it.
Maybe one day I'll surprise you at a gig and I'll whack it out.
That would be cracking.
Whack it out. Awesome. Cool. So we begin with the questions, and so we've got some interesting ones. I ask everyone each week the same kind of set of questions because I just love the different reactions I get. So here's the first one. What's the dream, man?
What's the dream? To make enough money so that if I do spend all my money on strippers, I don't get miserable about it and write a song.
Wow.
No, the dream is, to be honest, at the moment, as far as the music goes, I've had a lot of fun doing it, to an extent already living the dream, as cheesy as it sounds. Anything else that comes from now is a bonus. I've already, I'm by no means, I've by no means got a name out there at all. Most people wouldn't have a clue what my songs are, who I am. However, I've made it so much further than I ever expected to from the offset. Done a lot more things that I wouldn't have expected to have done. So yeah, in an ideal world, my own tour bus with a hot tub and, scores of screaming fans waiting for my arrival. I guess that would be the dream, but like I say, I'm having so much fun doing it at the minute, anything else is a bonus.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Right, so, I mean, like, it's an interesting thing when you're a musician because, it's kind of how you get to a point where you kind of almost, you have to decide what it is you're doing. For some people, they, like for myself, I want to do music professionally. That's what I'm trying to do. But I really admire that you kind of just playing live music, writing good songs, having people appreciate them. That's you're satisfied with that, and for that you're really. I mean, that's awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love the work I do and what I do for a living. But if the opportunity arose for me to walk out of my job and hit the road and make my money that way, of course, that would be the ultimate. But unfortunately, there does reach a stage where you've got to look at it and say, just how quickly can I achieve that, if at all? For the meantime, I've got bills to pay. So I do my sales job. I enjoy doing that very much. And then, as and when I can find the time, I'll do things like this. I'll play my open mic nights. And if anything, rather than playing music and making music being my reality, it's more an escape from reality every now and then, If I'm not having a great week at work and I know that I've got a gig to look forward to that week where I can just remove myself from that and go spend an evening playing songs and getting drunk, why not? And if I'm lucky enough to be able to do that full time, great. We'll see if that opportunity comes along.
That's cool. That's cool. Right, are you ready for the challenges?
Oh, born ready.
Born ready. Okay, great. So, if you're watching at home and you are new to the Basement Sessions, each week I challenge my guests with 3 different challenges, and they pick a number, 1, 2 or 3, and whichever challenge is whichever number is the one they get. And so we've had some really crazy stuff. We've had, two men play one guitar. We've had people play upside down, left-handed, singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Oh wait, that was me last week. Yes.
I missed that. I checked out a lot of last week's episode as well. I obviously skipped through the best bits.
Yeah, I also played in a Scream Mask, and
I saw the Scream Mask.
you saw a Scream Mask. Okay, it was an interesting week. So cool. So you have numbers 1, 2, or 3. What would you like?
They do say 3 is the magic number.
3 is the magic number. Okay, interesting. So, I do throw a hardcore challenge in, but challenge number 3 is not the hardcore challenge. The next song that you perform, you have to perform a cappella.
A cappella?
A cappella.
Okay. I can do that. I can
You
do
can
that.
do that? Okay.
I'll give you a bit of Josh and Patches, because that's more of a sort of rambling and bit of poetry than anything anyway. It's only a short one. It doesn't necessarily need the 3 chords behind it. That just rounded it off for me. So.
It was an a cappella from the start, the chords.
Yeah, they meant nothing. They just gave me something to do while I'm stood there on stage with a guitar looking all awkward.
Brilliant. Well, take us away.
Alright, I need to get like a beat or going something though. Is that still a cappella if I've got a beat?
Oh no, completely a cappella.
Okay.
No beat.
Okay. I met her in a muddy field. I thought she was pretty, and that I'd like to cop her feel of her big fat titties. We rolled around in the dirt, her jeans got covered. I gave her a kiss, and straight away wanted another. This bit's like an instrumental break, so it's hard to account for.
Scats.
Although she was nice, she couldn't hold a drink. But I'd really like to get to know her, because I think we're on the brink of a summer of sun, sex, and suspicious friends, and highs we wish would never end. You can laugh at all my awful rhymes, and it's your turn to hold back my hair this time. Empty fields with lots of cows, living in the here and now. September ain't that far away, so let's fuck until tomorrow's yesterday.
Hey!
Oh, that's my acapella. I've not done that in a while.
That was interesting.
I could kill you for that.
You could kill me? Okay. Basement would be a good setting for a murder, but not tonight. That's cool. So, have you ever done an a cappella before?
I haven't, no.
You haven't? Okay.
I think the closest I've come to a cappella is in that Wasted With You. You know the bit where the guitar just drops out. That's the closest I've come, and that's what, like 2 or 3 lines, if that.
Yeah. And
even playing that live, sometimes I just skip it and carry on playing the chords anyway, because I just get so weird about it. I feel like I should be strumming while I'm singing. It's alien to me.
That's cool. So, I think I kind of touched on it earlier, it's one of the questions. But what's kind of your process for writing songs? Is it, because you mentioned earlier that, you know, when stuff's not great, you kind of lock yourself away with a guitar and possibly a bottle and stuff. I don't mean that sound bad. I like beer as well.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Well, no, it was vodka in uni. I think nights like these came exclusively from a bottle of vodka.
Okay, well, vodka, that's just unacceptable.
No, that's the thing. I don't know who's watching, and I don't want to sit here and advocate heavy drinking. I wrote most of my best songs while I was in a bad time, and pretty much had what could only be described as a bit of a drinking problem. And since I've addressed that, and don't get me wrong, I still like a drink, but I'm a lot more in control of it. Since then, I've not written anywhere near as much music, so I think there's something to it. I do genuinely believe that my best material comes out of bad news and a drink that accompanies that. Don't get me wrong, I like to think I've written good songs sober, you know, that I'll give it a go. Sometimes I'll just be in the mood. I'll pick up my guitar and just see where the night takes me. No alcohol or anything else involved. But in answer to your question, the songs that I hold sort of nearest and dearest and have been filling my set with for the past sort of 2-3 years since we met have come from that. That is my process. Like you say, seclude myself, lock myself away, have a drink, notebook in front of me, guitar in the other hand, and see what happens.
That's cool. I mean, like the album I'm recording at the moment, Season of Blue. It's an 8-track breakup album. You know, I've been playing these songs for years and finally getting around to recording them. But yeah, I mean, like I think those songs are my best songs, and they came out of quite a bad place. You know, and you know, and it's hard now. Like this year, like I think I've written some good songs. I think I have, but it's like going through that process. You know, it's really cathartic writing songs. It helps you process things.
Exactly.
You know, and so it's not. I sometimes wonder. It's just like, should I just go out and just like get my heart broken, and then I can like
you know, then maybe I can release another album.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like every album I go fall in love with someone, and then it all goes wrong, and then another album comes about. I have given that thought. It's not something I'd actually do, but I was just like, well, I get a lot of good material.
Absolutely. No, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't say it at the time, but her breaking up with me was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because without it, I don't think I'd have even started sort of trying to pursue anything with music. Don't get me wrong, I probably still would have sat around and played my guitar, but to actually come out of that with a collection of songs I was quite proud of. Don't get me wrong, at the time when I had written them, I was looking at them, listening to them, reading over some of the lyrics, thinking, this is me and my insides and everything I'm feeling in my darkest time out on a plate, silver platter for everyone to look at, everyone to hear. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. And then finally I got to the point where I was like, actually, I want to play these songs. I'm proud of them. I don't care where they came from or what led to me writing them, no matter how bad a space I was in. They're the positive, they're the silver lining. I think they should be shared. I want as many people as possible to hear them. So.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a bit tough for, you know, the people involved in that situation when you write a song about it, or, you know, when you write any sort of creative piece and then you release it into the world, and, you know, someone might be like, hey, did you write that about me? And you're like, no.
It has happened since. I'm glad to say not the girl I broke up with, although back to your question about what's the dream, for a while it was, I mean, a lot of the album was about her, but there was one particular song that was her song, and that was my big middle finger song, you know, and for a while that was the dream, for her to be doing her shopping in Asda and hear that come on the tannoy and think, that's Fred, that's about me!
Yeah.
To my knowledge, that never happened. But
is it called the middle finger song?
No, it's called Goodnight Irene, but 9 times out of 10 I'll introduce it as this is a song about a unmentionable, and that always gets a laugh.
Yeah.
But no, there was one song, Don't Panic, who while I was sort of coming out the other side of that and basically looking for anyone to fill the void, I started falling for my hall's flatmate a bit, and that song came out of it. It's a song about being friend zoned. And about 3 months after the album came out, I've not seen her in months by this point. She's like, Fred, I just listened to your album. That song Don't Panic is that? And I was like, yeah. Oh, you weren't supposed to know, and obviously she did, and obviously where it was more of a I want you than a I had you and now I'm so glad I'm rid of you song, it was all the more embarrassing. Because it's like, oh, now you know. Oh, blushing, you know.
Yeah. So I try to write all my songs like the big like metaphors. So I've got one song called Same Train, Different Departure Time, which is about...
Love that tune.
Oh, thank you.
Love it.
It's kind of a metaphor for your... You know, you're at the same place, but you depart from it at the same time. So you move on, you know, at different times, and I like explaining that because some people will be like, "Yeah, I don't get what it means, but I like it."
I love a good metaphor.
Yeah, and so I try to be really clever, like doing that, and then hopefully it goes over whoever it's about's head, and they're just like,
that's it.
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah, you try and... I've found myself doing that. Like, Wasted With You was another one where I thought, I can't make this too obvious, because it was basically saying to the girl I just broken up with, yeah, you know that girl I nearly got with before you? Yeah, I wish I had done. I made the wrong choice out of the two of you. Yeah. And obviously I sent it to the girl who, first time round, got rejected. She loved it, and that led to great success for Fred. But if the girl who I had been with for the past year had heard it, it's like, oh, yeah, I've got to make this a little bit less obvious. Metaphor here, metaphor there, let's read that over. Yeah, she won't get that, but I'll get it.
Yeah. Wow. Cool, man. So, we've got the next challenge. The next challenge,
oh my.
The next challenge, right. So, you picked number...
I'll pick number 3.
Number 3.
First time round.
Number 3. Okay, right. So it's between 1 and 2.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so
This is the extreme one.
This is extreme. No, extreme hasn't happened yet. I don't know how you're going to react to the extreme one. It depends how. Well, we'll see. I don't want to spoil it. But right. So, okay, here we go. So, I love a bit of improv, and so one of the challenges each time is I get performer to improvise something.
Okay.
And so you said something a second ago. Great success for Fred. I want you to write a song, which is write a song, improv a song live, which is promoting your autobiography.
My
Great
autobiography, great success.
Great success for Fred.
Oh no. Oh,
Cool.
Improv is not the one. I will do my best.
Okay, brilliant. Oh, the gears are grinding. Here we go.
I'm getting a headache.
Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, please put your hands together. We won't hear it, but we'll feel it here.
We'll know.
We'll know. Yeah, so a round of applause for Mr. Fred Irwin. Woo!
I'm looking at you, Phil. Oh, my autobiography. Great success for Fred. Safe to say, my life's not been boring by any stretch. That's why I've had great success, which, funnily enough, is the name of my book. You should buy it now. Royalties for me to pay for more strippers, to write about again and write a second book called Great Success 2. That's about the extent of my improv abilities. I think I managed success and stretch as a half rhyme.
I liked royalties for me.
Who doesn't like royalties?
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to that day. Hopefully the day comes. I'd love to walk into a shop and just hear like my song playing on the radio and being like, yep, that's money in my pocket.
It's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Hugh Grant in About a Boy.
Yeah.
That's how he made his money, innit? His dad wrote a Christmas song and he was living off the royalties.
Yeah.
So to have it
good way to live.
not even be your song, you're walking through the shops at Christmas time, you hear this Christmas song, it's like, oh, my dad wrote that. Oh yeah, that's what I minted. Just walking along, stroking your pocket. As long as I don't get some weird little boy following me around, because that's when that movie got weird.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of the film.
Oh, I love the film. It's just the little boy's a weirdo, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He no homo. He turned out quite a dapper-looking young lad, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And you didn't expect it.
In the X-Men films.
Of course, yeah. Because
Holt.
That's it, Nicholas Hoult. I remember seeing him, obviously in About a Boy, and it's like he's your typical geeky, weird-looking kid who you never think is going to amount to much looks-wise. And Neville Longbottom is another fine example out of the Harry Potter films. I forget the guy's name, but he ended up... Who'd have thunk it indeed? Everybody looks at him and think, I hate you. Puberty worked for you. Like, for me, all went downhill. But you?
Whatever happened to Rupert Grint?
I think he's still ginger.
Yeah. Good for him.
I thought that's what you were getting at. I wonder what happened to Rupert Grint. Wonder what happened to Rupert Grint. Did he ever get hot?
I wonder.
I guess he's still about.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Daniel Radcliffe's doing alright for himself, rapping.
Yeah. He got horny. Like, literally. In this new film, he's got horns.
Oh. Interesting.
I was expecting a bigger laugh, but never mind.
Oh, I love it when that Daniel Radcliffe gets the horn.
Yeah. What do you think it must be like? Like you know, Hugh Grant's character in About a Boy. Like he's living off royalties his whole life. Do you think you could do that? Or do you think like there's like a, you know, even though work sucks sometimes, there's like inside of you, you need to work, you need to physically do something with your life. Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could just like drink cappuccino all day?
I've had this discussion. I've had this discussion with various people along the line. Usually my mum, when we're sat waiting for the lottery results to get read out, like, oh yeah, we'll quit work tomorrow. Oh no, I need to go back to work after a year or something. I think you need to keep yourself occupied with something. Not necessarily an office job, but yeah, an emu farm or just something ridiculous. Or, you know, just if you can manage to stay in a drink and drug fueled sort of daze for long enough to not care. I think that's where some people get it wrong. It's like they win the lottery, go spend it on a yacht, and then they sit on that yacht sunbathing, and it's like, I'm bored, I wish I was at work again. It's like, no, you get on that yacht, you call some ladies of the night, and you get in all the substances you can, and you don't come back to land for a year. Maybe then, if you're a bit bored, I don't know, go do it on a train instead. Like, I don't really think you need to work if you've got that kind of money coming in, whether it's lottery or royalties. You can find something better to keep you occupied.
Yeah, I bought a yacht. I invite some ladies of the night over. And it just wasn't enough, so I thought, oh, screw it, I'll just buy a train, you know, because I always wanted a train. And I always wanted to get you to improv a song about the ladies of the night on the yacht. I've just got all these weird, because we're probably picturing two different things when you say ladies of the night. I imagine the night has
everyone knows what I mean.
It's all that the night, I picture the night is kind of like somehow fallen into some dark cloak that the women are wearing, and they've got like large fangs coming out of their eyes, and
I'm so glad you said out of their eyes.
Yeah, out of their eyes. This is a PG show, Fred.
You said it. You said it.
I said it right. Let's go. Oh yeah, more questions.
Don't ask me if I've seen the film Teeth.
Have you seen the film Teeth?
I haven't. No, and I don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, I remember what it's about.
Yeah, we'll leave it to the viewers to Google that for themselves.
Yeah, Google Teeth or don't.
Don't
go home and rethink about your life. Right. So question, good one. Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie
apocalypse. 3 people you could take with you, either fictional or actually, yeah, I'm just gonna say fictional. 3 characters.
Fictional people to take with me.
Yeah. Who would you take with you and why?
Well, that's a very good question. Are we talking in terms of just as company, or to actually help with the fight and overcome the zombies?
Oh, you might have one for company. You might have like a comical character who'll fall over a lot and, you know, make you laugh, and then you'll have like a badass. Yeah, it's up to you.
Well, yeah, that's it. I'm just thinking if I could, I don't know, if I could get like Eric Cartman with me, and get him on the case of, you know, just basically keeping me amused, because he cracks me up at the best of times. But if it's a zombie apocalypse and it's like, Cartman, say or do something stupid, rip on Kyle, you know, that'd get me through the dark times.
Yeah.
But as far as actually battling those evil zombies,
you can't have the good zombies.
I guess you mentioned Rupert Grint before. I think I'd have to have Ron Weasley with me. One, because he's got the magic, but
was he good at magic?
Well, that's the thing. Why not Harry Potter, I hear you ask? Because if Ron can pull Emma Watson, he's got the edge for me. I think if Ron Weasley can pull Hermione Granger, he knows his way out of a zombie apocalypse. That man can do anything.
Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, you got one more.
One more. Fictional, yeah.
Fictional.
Walter White.
Walter White?
Yeah.
Brilliant. You won't be able to see on the screen, but I do have a Walter White poster to my left.
That came into my peripheral vision at just the right time. I was struggling, but do you know what? I think that is a genuinely sound choice, because he's smart as anything. He could figure some sort of like chemical warfare against the zombies. And yeah, he's just a badass basically.
He is. He's cool. I mean, have you watched all of Breaking Bad?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't give the people spoilers, but oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, there's one bit that happens in series 1, and like he does, like, because he's like, if for you're watching this You've probably heard of Breaking Bad, because, come on, it's Breaking
Otherwise,
Bad.
where have you been?
Where have you been? Exactly. And so...
Have you got internet access under that rock? How are you tuned in?
Yes. Netflix. Free account. In 1 month you can watch your Breaking Bad and lose all your friends in the process.
Well worth doing. Because you'll get them all back again when you walk into work. Like, oh my god, I just caught up on Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and so there's the, it's series 1, like, he makes like this chemical thing and he throws it on the ground and and I was like, oh man, I was just like, this is what Heisenberg is going to be. He's going around like blowing stuff up with like weird chemical things. And it's kind of like he does stuff, but there's less explosions. There's more.
You don't even need the explosion.
No, you don't.
The guy's just a sicko.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's just that bit where he's lying at the bottom of the house, and like the money is gone, and like he's got his wife Skylar. This isn't a spoiler, by the way. Well, I don't know. It's not
spoiler
really.
alert.
No, not really. And he's just there at the bottom of the house, just laughing. And it's just like, and you know, you just see her like, and he's just like, all the money's gone. It's terrifying.
Who needs royalties when you've got drug money?
Yeah.
I didn't say that, Dad.
Yeah. We should all start a meth empire. Not! Don't do drugs. Right, okay.
Stay away, kids.
Stay away.
Unless you want to write songs.
Yeah.
I was about to say, speak to, and then I'm like, which of the amazing recording artists from the past 4 decades do I choose from?
Yeah, there we go. So, cool. So, you'd have Eric Cartman, Ron Weasley, and Walter White.
Yeah. I think
that's probably my favourite 3 we've ever had on here.
Yeah?
That's good.
What other sort of suggestions have you had?
I've had a lot of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger characters. I think I've had Arnie like
get on my nerves.
three times.
I'll be back. Are you sure? There's zombies out there, mate.
Don't go. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So that's for the questions for now. Cool. We should get on to the final challenge. Now, as I said, I have a hardcore challenge for people most week. I don't know whether this is the most hardcore one I've ever given. It's not. Physically, well, perhaps you have quite a sharp tongue when it comes to lyrics.
That's one way of putting it.
And so I thought I'd give you a shot, not of alcohol, but of my favourite.
You can't get the rider these days.
What
are you kidding me?
This is my favourite chili sauce in the whole world. And yeah, it's very, very hot. And I thought what would be cool was if you took, you don't even have to do a shot, maybe just a little dab of it on the tongue. And then, instead of singing, I want you to feel the next song. So we talked a lot about feelings. I want you to feel the song and make noises to express the feelings that you go through this song, the emotional roller coaster.
So in short, chili pepper sauce thing on the tongue.
Yes.
Play a chord progression and go ooh, over the top of it.
A lot of that, yes.
Doable.
Doable. Right, we're ready for this. Let me prepare. Are you all right with this?
Not at all, but
you can say no.
No, it's fine. What kind of guest would I be?
A terrible guess.
Exactly, we can't have that.
Terrible guess.
Is this my punishment for all the swears in my songs, yeah?
Yes. No. But
my nan would hug you right now.
Right, here we go. Right, so there we go.
That's it, buddy, you empty the bottle.
Yeah, so just pour that on your tongue. And there we go.
No! I've lost my pick! Ooh! Have you got milk in?
Keep going, I'll get the milk on.
Water just makes it worse. If you'll excuse the pun, I feel like I'm milking it now. Oh. Do you know what? It actually tastes really good. It's just so hot.
Well, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on making it through the chili challenge.
That was something new.
That's something new. I thought the noises really worked at the beginning of that song.
Well,
So,
I was trying to like half get him in tune and rhythm to the song, which I guess was to an extent the aim. But yeah, that could have gone better for my taste buds. I lost my pick while I was at it as well. I mean,
well, that's okay. I shall show you what we've got.
And I will filler improvise. Hello, internet. I'm Fred, and my tongue is on fire.
So my housemate Steve, one day, I brought him home some newspapers because he has this little business like buying stuff and selling it on again, and so he in return made me a million something picks, and so I give to every guest I have on a pick, and I think we'll stop the basement sessions when I've run out of picks.
Mate, you're going to be on air longer than The Simpsons with that many picks. Not that is a bad thing in any way.
No, it's been fun. Not too. You were right.
No, what I'm really worried about is I dropped a little bit on my shirt, and I've just got visions of me walking out and about later and just going to wipe my face, ending up with it in my eyes and just like crying basically.
No. Why are you crying? I'm just having an emotional moment.
Yeah.
This big.
Life's just too hard. I hate trains.
I hate trains. Wow. That'd be cool. So, we've come to the end of the challenges. Obviously, have you got anything that you'd like to plug? Any upcoming gigs, or I don't know, man. Like your website or whatever you want to.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to check out my website, fredirwin.com. I am, of course, the world's laziest musician, so it's not very up to date. But what you can find on there is my one and only album thus far, called Nights Like These. That's available for download. You can hear a couple of the songs that I've played tonight. And I have a gig in Fleet on the something of December.
It'll be a Wednesday night.
It will be a Wednesday night at the music canteen at Propaganda in Fleet, courtesy of my good friend Gino. So I've got a gig there on a Wednesday night in December. I'll have to double check which, but details of that will be on the website imminently too. And that's my plug. I've got an album that's been out ages now, but can never have too many people hear it.
Yeah.
And of course, a gig coming up in the next month. So
that's cool. And so yeah, definitely check out Fred's stuff online. You know, he goes through the chili challenge, but for you, the fans.
Sure as hell didn't do it for my taste buds.
Yeah, I think we should have done this at the beginning of the show. The expressions we're getting now are like brilliant. It could have been just a whole mind show. We would have got every single little emotion.
Oh, I look like some of the people who'd frequent Deacon's in Salisbury, just like gurning my face off.
Yeah. That's cool. But yes, so
FredIrwin.com,
fredirwin.com, and definitely. Will you post about it on your? Do you have a Facebook page as well?
I do. That is simply facebook.com/Fred Irwin Music, and it's Irwin with an I, like the crocodile hunter, except not, you know, winding up crocodiles and stingrays and the like. I just play music.
Did you ever think about becoming a crocodile hunter?
I didn't. No, because to be fair, by the time I was old enough to understand what he was really doing, he did it wrong, didn't he? So,
yeah, that's true.
Fair play to the guy, but I can't say it's for me.
No. Yeah. But, so yeah, definitely go to facebook.com/Fred Irwin Music and, yeah, find out when Fred's playing in Fleet. And if you're in the Hampshire area or even Surrey, it's not too far from Fleet, yeah, pop on down.
Tweet me too, Fredwin, FREDWIN.
Yeah, definitely do that.
I'm always on that.
Yeah, keep supporting live music. Fred, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
It's been an absolute. See what this is doing to my speech. I'm swearing off chili sauce.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've had such a good time. Let's do this again. No, it's been an absolute pleasure being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
and definitely going to have you back in the new year. So this is the 11th basement session, and it's been an incredibly fun journey thus far. And the show's going to keep growing. Eventually in the new year there's going to be a big banner up here in this space that'll have the basement session logo on it, bloody blah.
And Scott's face on it.
And my face. So, hey!
Please tell me your face is on the banner.
I'll try. It might be a bit more expensive, but just for you, Fred.
Yes.
And Fred, will you come back for one of the New Year ones?
Absolutely, as long as there's no hot sauce.
There'll be no hot sauce, no. No.
Hot girls, yes. Hot sauce, no.
Hot girls, no hot sauce. Okay, I'll try and arrange that. It might be a bit complicated, but there we go.
Well, I suppose if you get all the hot girls here, then there's not going to be any viewers left, is there?
That's true.
Oh, how smooth.
Smooth. Right, I don't actually haven't had a female performer yet. I think I know one. I don't know her very well.
So you haven't heard my secret.
I haven't heard. I don't know whether I like whether a girl would be all right with this, because it's like it's coming down to my basement. It's me doing weird stuff. Like I don't
You've got to word it very carefully. Hi, my name's Scott. I've got a camera in my basement. Care to join me?
Yeah, I might do a couple more drafts of that proposal.
Work on your pitch.
Work on my pitch, yeah. You're join me. No, if there are any female performers watching this, please come on the show. We do have a really good laugh, and
it's fun. Not seedy, I promise. I can vouch.
Not seedy. You have Fred's word, so
yeah, because they're going to take my word for what's seedy.
Brilliant. So we're going to do one last song. Sweet. And so what song are you going to do for us, Fred?
Well, you put me on the spot a bit now, because I'm actually torn. I can finish up with one of my newer ones, or, well, I'll say one of my newer ones is pretty much the only new one from the past sort of few months, which is about spending all my money on strippers, which I think we've already covered. It might be sensible to play that one, to sort of round it all off nicely.
Yeah.
In fact, that's my decision made. I'm not going to deliberate.
Not going to deliberate, okay.
Given the, what's the word? The context. I think it would be appropriate to play it.
Okay, cool. So Fred's going to finish off with a song about strippers, which I know nothing about. And
stay away from those places, kids.
Yeah, I actually once. I don't know if I want to start this story. No, I'm not going to.
No,
okay.
Do it. Oh, come on.
Okay.
It's me putting you on the spot now.
Oh dear. Okay,
so Scott, while we've got you live on the basement sessions, tell us your story about strippers.
Okay, so I was 19, and there's a venue in Kingston. You know Kingston? Yeah. Kingston on Thames, and there was a venue called the Peel, a legendary venue, and it's attached to a strip club, and I didn't know. I was playing a gig, and basically, kind of the bar in the venue, it's kind of there's like a door, and you go through one way. You're in a strip club. You go through one way. You're in the venue, and I was kind of trying. I don't know. I was looking at the bar for some reason while I was playing, and it just swung open. and I just saw a naked lady, and I was just like, my eyes just nearly blew up my sockets. I was like, ah! Like, I just felt so awkward. I didn't know what to do. I was playing, and like I forgot all my words, and it was a really crucial moment in the song, and I almost just went stripper, like I just in Godzilla or something. But it was just like, I was just so freaked out. I was just like, that was bizarre. Probably not the same experience you had, but
no, believe me, if you think that's awkward, you want to wait till they're taking your debit card from you and running up to the bar and running all the figures through the machine. That was an awkward morning waking up. Yeah, and quickly before I play it, I've got to let the world know about the basically my bank were trying to do me for some charges, and I called up to dispute them, and they went through the whole. Are you familiar with like an income expenditure form where they go through what you earn versus what you have to pay out? They were going through one of those for me, and this was literally a mere couple of weeks after I'd spent a considerable amount of money in one of these establishments.
Right.
Now, I don't know if any of you are aware, but obviously they try and be discreet. So if you pay by card, they're not just going to plaster strip club all over your statement.
Yeah.
It says
Blue Oyster. Or...
it says Hampshire Restaurants, which seems quite, what's the word? Sly, I guess, is the word. So I'm going through this income expenditure form, and I've told her, what I pay in rent, what I pay in food, tobacco, all of that stuff, any bills, etc. And she says, so, Mr. Irwin, do you eat out a lot? And I'm like, excuse me? I can see 5 or 6 different transactions here on the same night at the beginning of the month in Hampshire Restaurants. And I'm like, oh. And bearing in mind, I'm trying to convince this woman to waive some overdraft fees for me because I couldn't afford to pay them.
Yeah.
And she's like, so, what do you eat out a lot? Maybe it's time to cut down on that. Oh, no, that's not a restaurant. It's a gentleman's establishment. Oh, you mean like a casino? No, one with ladies. Oh, okay. Yeah, next question. And I just sit there and talk to her on the phone about this, and it was, that was next level awkward.
That's awkward. I mean, like...
I should have just said, yeah, I eat a lot of food.
Yeah, I mean, she could have... Yeah, like, she could have, started asking you more questions.
Yeah. I did have to try and, convince her that it's not a regular thing, which... It's not. It's only happened 2 or 3 times now, and I've got a good song out of it, so hopefully no more times, because otherwise my financial director will kill me.
Brilliant. Well, Fred, you've been an awesome guest, and thank you for entertaining us with chili sauce and improvised songs about your autobiography, which I hope you write, and I hope you call it that, and I hope you use that song.
I will refer back to this moment in the what's the words? Is it an epilogue that they put at the beginning of autobiographies? The foreword.
Yeah, foreword, that's it.
Where they get somebody else to write it for you. You can write it. And it's like, I remember when we spoke about Fred writing this book, all them years back, and we stuck with the title.
Yeah, there we go. Brilliant, awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Fred Irwin performing his stripper song. I don't know the title, but...
It's called Hampshire Restaurants.
It's called... Okay, there we go.
No, it's called Hampshire Restaurants when I write it anywhere that other people who shouldn't not see may see. It's really called For Your Eyes Only, and it goes a little something like this. Thank you all for tuning in and checking me out. I've been Fred Irwin, and enjoy the rest of your night. Telling myself I can't do this anymore. For what I paid, I could have paid for a local whore. Could I really afford it? Well, I guess I'm never sure about anything that I do. I don't know why I do it to myself. The worry can't be any good for my health, but I guess there's more to life than gain or wealth. Although I'm not entirely sure that this is it, I'm pretty sure for now, well, this is it. go to sleep and drink a pint of water or two. I know I make myself a half-decent wage, but my wallet and impulses are rarely on the same page. A weekend millionaire, payday ain't too far away. I live for now, because for now, well, this is it. Oh, I'm pretty sure for now, well, this is it. So I know that there's no one to blame but me. But no one ever sat me down and taught me how to do all these things that creep up on you in life. These damn so-called responsibilities that one day I'll get right and be the man I hoped I'd be. At least the feeling's starting to wear off.